Okay. I'm in right in the middle of friggin' Shystville. You know, where the, I wouldn't live here. I'm down the street, I don't know. On whatever street the Orleans is on, where Dana Carvey is starting his show tomorrow for $54. So tonight I went to over there, you can see it, the Rio, and got tickets for Penn and Teller because they totally screwed me last night. I made reservations for 2 nights and it was going to be like $78 a night, and then the show Penn and Teller was, the seat I was getting was 70, well no, it was around 70 something. Everything was 70 something. See, here's the Orleans, Dana Carvey. Woohoo! I'm not staying for that. So anyways, I ran out of time. So I show up, I made reservations at the Rio for 2 nights plus the Penn and Teller thing. I get there at 1:30. Caesars, who's been bought out by some zipperhead company, everybody knows what that means. I get here, the Adult Emporium. That's where I want to go, to the adult. What do I need? An adult? Deja vu. Well, hey, Trudy. Hey, Trudy. You know, I'm sorry about that. Man, I shouldn't have got you to ever in that, because that, I think, was your, not a good idea. But I still love you. You're a nice girl. Look at Budget Sweets. Hey, Pie. Remember that? Got some good times there. And then, of course, Gary. But I did not have sex with Gary. So, show up last night, 1:30 in the morning. Just drove down from Provo, basically. And they're sold out. The, whatchamacallit, Caesar's sold out. So, look at the moon there. Can you see that? It's cloudy. It's been raining and, all day on and off rain. So, it's been very cool. Last night I was going to see, there's the Rio. See? So, I wish I would have had the dang thing. I could have had this in there. Because, I've been trying to get a hold of him. I met him a while ago. Said, yeah, come out. If you come out to the shows, we'll show you some stuff, some tricks, either Penn or Teller. And everybody wanted to talk to Teller tonight. So I went right over to Penn and we hung out, and he showed me the ball. Oh, I don't know. It's the ball thing in the little. So I don't know. That, and of course, the massive trick that they did with the cards, and it actually worked. Where you get about 3 cards, fold them, you keep tearing them, fold them, tearing them, fold, tear them, getting rid of them until you got 1 piece or 2 pieces. One that you've pulled out in the beginning, and then the one you're left with at the end, and then they fit. It actually worked. Unbelievable. So I tried to do that on my own afterwards with him. He actually hung out with me for just about a half hour, which was more than I was, even asking for. So I thought that was very cool. He's 6'7" and weighs 234 pounds. It's just because I said, oh my gosh, you are taller than me. I'm like, how much do you weigh? He goes, dude, I just lost like 100 pounds, I weigh 234. I'm like, oh God, because I weigh like 240. So, and I'm 6'4". So he said, yeah, you gotta lose some weight. So, whatever, but very cool. So here's a little bit of, I'm out. So what happened is they had no rooms anywhere on the strip, anywhere. I went there, I went everywhere around here. I even went to Gold Coast, the junk one next to the Rio. They were asking $200 for tonight, or last night, and $284 for tonight, because there's a bicycle convention, like off-road bicycles convention. I'm like, really? The whole week? So everything was screwed. So I just got pissed. I drove out of town, but I was so tired, there's no way I could make it. So I went to Gene. Am I really getting off on this again, or am I right? Okay, let's see what happens. I shouldn't be doing this because roads here are like effing. If you're drunk, you're screwed. Me and Gary have found that out several times. You will just drive around in circles for days. Anyway, so I'm like, screw it. So I go to Gene, Nevada, where Gold Strike. Get a room there. It's 45 bucks. Cool. I'm like, I'm staying 2 nights. I don't give a crap. Tonight and tomorrow night, which is tonight. And they're like, fine, that's cool. But there's all these different, so if you stay here at anything on the strip, any of these big ones, there's a $100 deposit per night for if you trash the room or whatever, steals that, boom, gone. It's almost like a deposit on a friggin' apartment now. So that's right out, and you don't get it back. You get it back whenever. So if I would have spent 2 nights at the Rio, because when I got there, they had the rooms, but they had gone up from whatever I was promised to $284 and $400 tonight. I said, there's no effing way that's happening. Boy, I better not be going on the 215. And they said, okay, no, well, think about it, but think quick. So I'm like, well, I don't know, maybe. And they're like, okay, it's going to be about $1,000 at least for 2 nights, plus all the flipping surcharges and butt charges and up your nose charges and resort charges, all these bullshit. $1,000 for 2 nights and a Penn and Teller show, when I had it down to like all of it, 2 nights and the show for $70 per night, and then the show 70. Okay, so I'm pissed. So they even jacked up the ticket for the show. I had a reserve too, and I'm like, I don't know how to get a hold of them. So I called up. I had the people at Gold Strike patch me over to, I said, I can't get a hold of damn friggin' Rio, so they put me over there. They go, yeah, we have your ticket. It's $98. So it's basically $100, $98. I'm like, wait, it was supposed to be a late discount because I got a deal with, and they don't give a crap. This is a convention weekend, hookers are like gone. Actually, they brought up a guy on stage. He was sitting with a girl. It was obvious this guy was not married to this woman. And it's a cell phone deal. And he's like, so what is your wife's name? He didn't know it. What is her number? He didn't know it. But she, Penn said, or Teller set it up with her. And it was just like, man, if his wife finds out, he's screwed. Or not. So that was that. So at least I got to Gold Strike. I got my ticket. I went and saw him. And then everybody wanted to hang out with Teller. So me and Penn hung out for a half hour. And it was very cool. But I didn't have this. I only have my phone. And I'm like, dude, no one's going to believe this. So I need a picture. And I gave it to one of the guys backstage. Boom. And so I'll try to upload it from my track phone, $12 track phone figures. It's like, why is it when I, with people that I want to get a good picture, it's some ass white phone. So, but I had a very good time. It's about midnight, 12:30. So that's cool. See this? Look, it's just all the way. Vegas starts where, geez, I don't know. There's like 6 miles between Gene and where Vegas starts now, where buildings and all that. I mean, this used to be the very end. This isn't even close to the very end. And friggin' Henderson goes way. I don't know if you saw anything, but Henderson just goes, this is, I would never, ever, 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 ever live up here. Anybody, you know, Ace, hey, you know, you wanted to, that's cool. And a couple other people, you know, Biscuit, and man, he's an idiot. He did it because it's cheap, and that's all he could afford from his mom's inheritance. So, because, you know, he never made it. It's all BS. There's pretty lights for you. Sorry, I drove down the strip, but I didn't have my chip in the camera, so, look at all that. Look at all that. I mean, there's tons. And look at that's Henderson way the hell out there. It just goes on and on and on. But that's everywhere. I couldn't believe it. You know, California is still done. Barstow is small. That's not growing. Nothing is growing in California in the desert. But once you hit Nevada, it's nothing but growth. I can't believe that. That used to be all black, except for a little teeny patch of light where a couple of casinos were, where I won enough money to buy my Iceman, which is now my Love Gun Iceman. So there you go. That's my story. So I'm staying at the nice and affordable Gold Strike, and they gave me the suite, which is just as nice as the suite at, well, it's not. The one in Rio had a kitchen and everything and a bar. This doesn't have a kitchen or a bar. But hey, I'm happy. I don't care. It's only like a friggin' 10-15 minute drive. So I had a good time tonight, man. It's just no one saw it because I don't know what I was taping and it ran out. So whatever. Sorry. I got a new guitar. I will show you that because I left my Gibson SG or whatever. It's an Epiphone SG. I left it at my friend George's, so it was a good excuse to go pawn shop hopping. And I found a Burbank, California made Schecter Diamond Series. I got it for nothing. Nothing. They were asking $139. I got it for, let me see. So I said, okay, there's no way I'm paying that. I'll give you 50 bucks. They're like, that's nothing. I go, how much did you pay for it? And, you know, that's how I get them. So I started pointing. There's nothing wrong with it. It's a perfect guitar. It's got a humongous neck, but it's a great guitar. So I started at 50. They said, no way, 100. I said, no way, 60. They said, no way, 100. I said, okay, 65. No way, 100. I said, okay, 75. And they said 100. I said, okay, see you later, 75. So, beep. I might let George have that guitar. Don't count on that, George. I'm just thinking because if I get one, I don't need one. But I love the way that SG plays, and this one it needs a little adjustment. So once I adjust and put different strings on it, because it's got like 11 gauge or like piano wire strings, so I don't know what the hell. So once I get that done and lower the action, blah blah blah, like anybody cares. So there's bye Vegas. I ain't going back. I mean, right now. I'll probably head up here in a couple of months, but yeah, good time. Good times, man. So I'm gonna bring up my amp and I'll do a little jam in the room, and there you go. Then I'll probably go down and have dinner around 5 in the morning at, see, not that far, 15 minutes, 15 miles. So I'll be there in like 10 minutes. Yeah, so I go down to Denny's about, well, maybe I'll do 3 o'clock. And there you go. I go to sleep, get up, leave at noon, and I'm going to take as long as I can to get back to Burbank, California. So it won't be a 10-day, it'll be like Thursday to Thursday. So there you go. A, what, 8-day? 8 days, almost 9, blah, blah, blah. Blah, 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 blah. See, where this stuff is just continuing. It doesn't really stop until I hit the state line, and then it's just the big wasted friggin' solar bullshit in California. It's just, California is such a liberal, hippie, noodle sucking, I had to figure something out, state. It makes me sick, and it's so overpriced. And I went on a rampage about my neighbors and where I live and the people and how effing rude they are. And when I go to different, even here, people are nice. They're nicer in Vegas than they are than the people from a certain part of over there, Armenians. So they are actually so rude that they make people from Vegas really nice. Vegas, people that work in Vegas, usually kind of jerks, some of them, or, you know, but they're really nice. Actually, I talked to a guy that was a miner, gold miner for 30 years, and then he retired, bought a house in Henderson, and everything's falling in on him because of the economy, and everything sucks. So, man, that's too bad. He's a good guy. I can't remember his name, but he works at the hotel. That's it for tonight. Oh, no, that's it for until I get back. I've already talked way too long. Later.